Hello and thank you for being at the FinetLink channel, where today we'll do some packet tracer about the Inter-VLAN routing by using a layer 3 switching. And remember that a multi-layer switch is capable of both layer 2 switching and layer 3 routing. And one of the advantages that we use a multi-layer switch is this dual functionality. The benefit of using a multi-layer switch in a network is the ability to purchase a single multi-layer switch instead of separate switching and routing network devices. And you have to remember that the capability of a multi-layer switch includes the ability to route from one VLAN to another using a multi-place switch virtual interfaces, as well as the ability to convert a layer 2 switch port to a layer 3 interface. So here will be our packet tracer network, and there we will configure a layer 3 switching and the Inter-VLAN routing for both IPv4 and IPv6 network at the same time. So let's go directly to our packet tracer, and as you can see, we have the addressing table, and the multi-layer switch here need to be configured, and the interface that is connected with our cloud need to be converted from a layer 2 switch port to a layer 3 interface, and all the other network is configured. So the only thing we have to do is configure the multi-layer switch, where we will create VLANs, and we will create and activate the switch virtual interfaces for each of the VLANs that are assigned to the addressing table. And then we will configure the trunk between the links that is from the multi-layer switch and the switch 1. This port is not configured yet. And as I said, we will do the configuration for both IPv4 and IPv6 network at the same time. The first thing that we need to do is to configure the VLAN. So let's go to the addressing table here and configure the VLAN. So we will go to privilege access mode from here to the global, and now we will start configuring VLAN 10, name as staff, VLAN 20, name as student, VLAN 30, name as faculty. After we create our VLANs, let's configure and activate the switch virtual interfaces. So exit, and we will go to interface VLAN 10. So we'll go to the addressing table because we need the IP address. Interface VLAN 10. IP address for IPv4 will be 192.168.10.2 with a subnet mask /24, which will be the subnet mask, and IPv6 address will be 2001. Okay, we will activate with a shutdown command, and then we will go to switch with the interface VLAN 20. We will configure the IP address. And IPv6. We will activate, and then we will go to the VLAN 30, the IP address, and then we will enter the IPv6, the IPv6 network. We will activate with a no shutdown, and then we will go to the interface for VLAN 99, switch virtual interface VLAN 99. And here we will configure only the IPv4, where it will be 99. Okay, we will activate this with no shutdown command. So after we are done configuring the VLANs and the switch virtual interfaces according to the addressing table, what we have to do is that we have to go to the interface gigabit Ethernet 02, and we will convert this from a layer 2 switch port to a layer 3 interface. So we will go to interface giga 0/2, and with the no switch port command, we are converting this, and we will assign the IP address according to the addressing table, where will be the IP address as for IPv4 network 209.165. So we are referring here 165.200.225 with the subnet mask for /30. And then we will assign the IPv6 as okay. We will activate this. Okay, now we will go to the interface giga 01, which will be the interface that is connected. Is the interface that is connected with our switch. So let's go now to interface giga 01, and here in this interface we will configure the static VLAN, sorry, the static trunk. So we will do the switch port mode trunk, and we will say switch port trunk VLAN, native VLAN 99. This will be our native VLAN. And remember that when you configure trunking on a multi-layer switch, it is necessary that the trunking interface to be encapsulated with the trunking protocol, which means that we have to use the switch port trunk encapsulate. It's not necessary to specify the VLAN numbers as when we do at the router and sub interfaces. As you can see, it says that there is a native VLAN mismatch because you have to configure at the switch 1. So let's go to the switch 1. It is blocking. Enable config terminal. Interface giga 0/1 is the interface that is connected with our multi-layer switch from the switch 1, and we say switch port mode trunk, and here we will say switch port trunk native VLAN 99. Oh, sorry, VLAN 99. Now shut it down and copy running config startup config, and then if you go to the multi-layer switch, you will see that the link will be restored and blocking. Okay, consider restored. So after we are done even configuring the trunk, So from the multi-layer switch, to be enabled to communicate devices from different VLAN with devices from other VLAN, you have to enable the routing. So exit, and from here you have to say IP routing command to enable routing for the IPv4 network, and IPv6 unicast routing to enable the routing for the IPv6 network. And exit, copy running config to the startup config, and if you use show IP route, you will be able to see the routing table for the multi-layer switch for the IPv4 network. And if you use the show IPv6 route, you will be able to see the routing table for the IPv6 network. Okay, now let's do some end-to-end connectivity. And as you can see, the PC 0, 1, 2 are configured only for the IPv4 network, and PC 3, 4, and 5 are configured even for IPv6 network. So we will go to the computer 1 and we will see if they will be able to communicate with devices from the same network and from the different VLANs, which to check if the routing is inter-VLAN routing is configured correctly. So let's ping. So we will ping PC3 for IPv4 network, which will be in the same network, and then we will configure even this one. Okay. So, sorry. Let's go here and say ping 192.168.10.2 at the same VLAN. And let's see if they will be able to reach the devices from different VLAN. For example, if you can reach PC number 5, okay, you will be able. And let's see if he will be a device from computer 3. Here will be able to reach computer 5 because they are in different VLAN. So for the moment we are just checking the inter-VLAN. So ping 2001. So we are checking if he will be able to communicate with this IP. 2001. So it means that the inter-VLAN routing is configured correctly for both networks. So that is all about the configure layer 3 switching and inter-VLAN routing for both IPv4 and IPv6 network. And thank you for being with the FinetLink channel. If you like the video, share it with your friends. And if you are new at this channel, do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification button for the new videos that will be uploaded. See you to the next session.